Alright, so in this video we're going to talk about dividing decimals, and so I've just got a couple of problems already set up for us. Remember that in our problems, if we look down here, this number in front is called the divisor. It's the number that you're dividing into something else. Here, the number inside the box is called our dividend. So it's what you're dividing other things into. And then your answer is going to be the quotient. So here, when we say 2 goes into 6, it's going to go into it 3 times. 3 times 2 gives me 6. I subtract and bring down a 2. 2 goes into 2 one time. 1 times 2 gives me 2. I subtract, bring down my 4. Now my decimal, remember, is going to go directly above where it was up here in the dividend. So we're going to bring it directly above. I bring down my 4. I guess I should have drawn that a little prettier. But we're bringing down the 4. 2 goes into 4 2 times. 2 times 4 gives you 2 times 2 gives you 4. Bring down my 2. 2 goes into 1. 2 goes into 2 one time. 1 times 2 gives me 2. And I get 0 left over. Bring down my 8. 2 goes into 8 4 times. So we should have got 31.214 for this problem. In this next problem, it's a little bit messier because in our divisor we have a decimal, and I do not want that. So I'm going to move it. We have this nice little rule that says if I move it to the right one time, I can move it in my dividend one time. So you need to make sure that whatever you do to one of them, you can do the same thing to the other. So I'm going to go ahead and rewrite my problem. I have 25 now because I moved my decimal to the end. Goes into 102.5. Now remember, my answer is going to have a decimal point directly above where I have a decimal point in my dividend. So just make sure you're being careful about that. Now I'm going to divide. 25 does not fit into 1. It doesn't fit into 10. It does fit into 100. It fits in there 4 times. 4 times 25 gives me 100. I'm going to subtract and get a 2 and bring down this 5. 25 goes into 25 one time. 1 times 25 gives me 25. Subtracting it 0. So I should have got for my answer here 4.1. And you could have had that up here as well. Okay, it will work the same way. Okay. If you ever want to check your answers, you can always multiply your quotient times your divisor, and if you get your dividend, you know you're correct. So you can always multiply 4.1 times 2.5, and if you get 10.25 as your answer, then you should be good, right? Let's try a word problem here real quick. It says Coraline has 9.6 pounds of trail mix to divide into 12 bags. How many pounds of trail mix will go into each bag? So to figure that out, we want to figure out how much is going to be in each bag, so we're going to divide 9.6 by 12. So we're going to say 12 goes into 9.6. 12 is going to not fit inside of 9. Doesn't fit in there. 12 does fit into 96. Let's think about it for a second. It's going to fit into there 8 times because 8 times 12 does give you 96. You can always double check it. Over here on the side, that's fine by saying 12 times 8, although this is one we should have memorized. 8 times 2 should give you 16. 8 times 1 gives you 8, plus 1 is 9. So you can always double check those on the side. That's fine. It's not a problem. However, it is one that you should know. If we subtract, we get nothing left over, so we know that there should be 0.8 pounds of trail mix in each bag. Okay? And that would be our answer. One more word problem down here. A 4-person relay team completed a race in 72.4 seconds. On average, what was each runner's time? So if I want to do this, I've got to divide 4, because there's 4 runners, into 72.4. 4 fits inside of 7 one time. 1 times 4 gives me 4. Subtract and I get 32, because I got to bring down this 2. And 4 goes into 32 8 times. 8 times 4 gives you the 32. I subtract to get nothing. Bring down my 4. Remember, our decimal is going to go directly above where it was in the dividend. 4 goes into 4 one time. 1 times 4, again, you can finish off the problem if you would like to. It's not going to let me write any lower than I already have. But, there it goes. So I've got 18.1 seconds per person, okay? And that's on average. All right, so remember, if there's a nice pretty whole number out front, then you don't have to do anything weird. However, just like this one over here, if we ended up having a decimal in our divisor, we do want to move it out of the way, okay? Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope that this helps. Let me know.